welcome 2 new members to our Hall of Fame. We sincerely express our gratitude for the dedication you have both shown in recording the origins, survival and well-being of your clubs, the ups and the downs, the joy of victory and the pain of defeat, and your meticulous research in recording for posterity the names of those who initially raised the flag in Screen and in Dunshaughlin, and those who have flown it in good times and in bad ever since. So please, let's have a standing ovation for David Carty of Screen and Jim Gilligan of Dunshaughlin. If anybody wants to have a look at the copies of the books, they're very welcome. The copies are there, and I think you'll be gobsmacked with them if you haven't seen them before. So we'll just get this photograph. We'll get the two together. The two together. Can we do that? Oh yeah, right. Okay. David, congratulations first of all. When did the idea come to you, and did you realise there would be as much work involved in it? And did you ever visualise that it would be as big a production as it turned out to be?
No, I didn't realise that it would be such a production. And it came to me when I visited Peter McDermott's office just off the Fairgreen, and that's when it started. And actually a screen woman came in with a photograph of the 1942 screen team, and that's where it started. And it just rolled on from there. And I actually did it by pen. I'm not able to press any at the moment. So that was it.
Well, after you had a lot of experience and a lot of involvement as a player with Screen and with Meath as well. So you had the interest there, both at county and club level, which gave you a bit of a kickstart.
It did, because since I started watching Screen play, I would have known all the players and the games they played in right up to the end of my own days. But after that, I needed research because I wouldn't be able to take it all in.
It's an unbelievable research involved, isn't there, with visits to libraries, etc.
Yeah, libraries and newspapers, Carty and now and Dublin, wherever.
A labour of love, is that right?
Yeah, it was a labour of love. I know it took a while to do it, and I often thought, will I ever finish this? But eventually I did. It was surprising that I was writing it at all, considering all the journalists that there is in the street parish, that it fell to me. I suppose the fact that I wasn't working at the time after having a serious heart attack early on in the 2000s, and the other men were busy working, and I suppose the dubious honour fell to me. That was it.
How long did it take you?
8 years.
A big round of applause for David Carty. Thank you very much. Jim, you had 2 goals in it, Jim, because you produced yourself and Patsy got together to do the 1984 one as well. But this one, the latest one, which includes that one, how long did it take you?
That one took about 3 years approximately on and off, whereas the original one, I can't did that between January and July of 1984. You know, it was 100 years, but a lot less happened than happened in the last 25 or 30. So, last 3 years or so.
I think Patsy was able to contribute a huge lot from memory for your first production.
He was, yeah, exactly. I mean, Patsy had fabulous knowledge of everybody and who was who, and all that, but who was related to whom, and who it might be possible to say things about, and who it might be possible to say things about, that you could get away with. But he was, Patsy was tremendous help, particularly in '84 when we were around interviewing people that, you know, at the time we thought, well, we've missed out on a number of people who had died maybe in the previous 10 years, but now looking back 30 years later, we just realised how lucky we were to actually talk to people in 1984 who would bring us back to the 1920s and even the 1910s and 1930s.
What was your original motivation? I know centenary year in 1984 when the first one came out, the clubs were asked as far as possible if they could do it. But your interest in it, what was that?
Well, I mentioned some history anyway, generally, but it was really centenary year that was the start of it, I suppose. At that stage, you know, everybody now kind of knows Drumshanbo and Gilligan, but at that stage nobody in the club knew why they wore Gilligan. So that was part of the reason the sequel we find out why were they wearing those colours, and the centenary really gave the impetus to go ahead with it.
You're delighted by it turned out?
Yeah, we're very happy with the present one now because you know it's well presented and it's full colour, and really great thanks to Anne Ray and ANJ Bryant and Thomas over there who did the design for us. You know, we're very, very pleased with the way it's turned out really, and just while he's here I'd like to thank John Quirk and Declan Engineer taking us here for photographs and for giving us access to their photographs free of charge, because a lot of the other photographs that we got from certain companies in Dublin and so we had to pay very well for them. So I'd like to thank John for his support, and Declan, I think isn't here, but same for Declan.
Just lastly, Jim, when you wrote the history, very long to John as well. And last question, when you did the book in 1984, Drumshanbo hadn't got their target on the Keaton Cup. Did you ever think that they would make it? It was, 16 years later?
No, I didn't at that stage really. I mean, we struggled for a long time in the 90s to win an intermediate. We won a minor title in '87 with Alondra Troll, and some of those players then got us through the intermediate, so we eventually won the intermediate in '97. I don't think anybody in the shop would have believed then, or even in the late 90s, that we would have gone on and won 3 seniors in a row. It was just incredible, really.
Jim and David, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Heartiest congratulations, and on behalf of everybody here and the Gaels of Meath, thanks very, very much for your incredible work and contributions to the history of the GAA in the county, and especially in your parishes and clubs. Gilligan, welcome. Jim Gilligan and David Carty.